If you're on the path to financial independence, you know it can feel like a marathon, right? But what if you could turn that marathon into a sprint? Well, today we're going to dive into something called Danshari Fire. It's this incredible blend of Japanese philosophy and financial strategy that might just unlock your freedom way faster than you ever thought possible. So let's be honest for a second. We all obsess over things like index funds and savings rates, and that's great. But what if the biggest anchor holding you back isn't actually in your portfolio? What if it's hiding in plain sight? In the clutter in your house, the constant noise in your schedule, and just the general chaos in your mind? See, hitting your fire number isn't just about growing your assets. That's only half the battle. The other half is about slashing your living costs and clearing out all that mental clutter. The real things dragging you down are the things you own, the time you waste, and all the little decisions you have to worry about every single day. Okay, so here's our game plan for tackling this. First, we'll uncover the fire acceleration secret. Then we'll define what Danshari actually is and show you exactly why it unlocks fire. After that, we're getting into 3 practical steps: decluttering your physical stuff, reclaiming your time, and finally, simplifying your finances. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the fire acceleration secret. Seriously, this ancient philosophy could totally change the game for you, and maybe even 10x your progress, just by shifting how you look at, well, everything you own and do. So what exactly is Danshari Fire? Think of it like a simple, powerful equation. When you get rid of all the unnecessary stuff, you shrink your living costs, right? That means you can save and invest more, which automatically speeds up your whole wealth-building process. It's not just about tidying up. It is about optimizing your entire life for financial freedom. But to really get a grip on this, we've got to understand the core idea behind it. So let's break down what Danshari really is. And trust me, it is so much more than just throwing things away. Okay, so Danshari is built on 3 pillars. First up is Dan, which means to refuse. Basically, you become a gatekeeper for your own life, stopping unnecessary new things from even coming in. Next is Sha, to dispose. This is the big purge, getting rid of the clutter you already have. And finally, and this is the real game changer for fire, we have Re, which means to separate. This is about freeing yourself from the attachment to things. That's where the real freedom and focus happens. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, that's cool, but what does a Japanese tidying philosophy have to do with my investment portfolio? And that's a fair question. But the connection is actually incredibly direct, and honestly, it's super powerful. Let's just map it out. You've got high living costs. Danshari solves that through cost reduction. You just own less stuff. Feeling that constant decision fatigue and distraction? Danshari helps you recover your focus. And what about those impulse buys that kill your savings rate? Danshari gives you desire control. It's like a direct line of defense for your financial goals. All right, let's get our hands dirty. Step 1, physical decluttering. This is where we apply Danshari to all our actual possessions. And this is where you're going to see the most immediate, tangible impact on your bottom line. And here is the key mindset shift you have to make. Stop judging items by how often you use them. Instead, judge them by their mental burden. Every single thing you own has invisible costs. The cost to maintain it, the time it takes to find it, and the mental real estate it takes up in your brain. Just think about that. What's the mental rent you're paying for all your stuff? Now, if you want to make this whole process ruthlessly efficient, you got to use the 2-second rule. It's simple. You pick up an item and you give yourself exactly 2 seconds to decide if you truly need it. If you hesitate for even a moment longer, it's a no. Let it go. No excuses, no second guessing. This little rule will absolutely turbocharge your decluttering. And here's a perfect real-world example from the source material. The author sells any clothes they haven't worn in a year on flea market apps. And the best part? That money goes straight into their investment account. They are literally turning physical clutter into financial fuel. How cool is that? Okay, we've tackled our physical stuff. Now let's move on to our most valuable, non-renewable asset, our time. We're about to go on a hunt for all the time thieves in our lives so we can free up hours for learning, for side hustles, for anything that moves us closer to fire. The big goal here is to trade passive time for active time. So instead of mindlessly scrolling through social media, what if you listen to a podcast about investing? Instead of just flipping through channels, what if you spent 10 minutes reading some financial news? Every moment is a choice. You can start super small. Just turn off the notifications from one app that wastes your time. Do it today. I love this example. It's all about automating those trivial decisions to save your brain power. The author buys multiple sets of the exact same workclothes. Why? To completely eliminate the time and mental energy spent deciding what to wear. That willpower you save can be spent on much more important financial decisions later in the day. So, what's one tiny decision you could automate? And finally, we bring Danshari to the very heart of the FIRE movement itself, our financial strategy. Because, believe it or not, your investment portfolio can get just as cluttered as your closet. This is so important, so listen close. In investing, complexity is the enemy. It is the greatest cost. It costs you time, it costs you money and hidden fees, and it costs you your peace of mind. A simple, elegant strategy is almost always the most effective way to go. So, how do we actually do this? Here's your checklist. First, simplify your products. Ditch the random assortment of funds and stick to core, simple investments like broad index funds. Second, go on a mission to hunt down and dispose of every single unnecessary fee and advisor cost. Third, reevaluate your goals. Do you actually need as much as you think you do? And finally, check in on your plan regularly to make sure it's still on track. So when you put it all together, what does this look like? Well, it's a pretty clear 3-step path to put your journey to financial independence on the fast track. Let's just recap it one more time. Step 1, you Danshari your physical stuff to slash your living costs. Step 2, you Danshari your time to create more hours for building wealth. And step 3, you Danshari your finances to build a simple, powerful strategy that'll get you across that finish line. Look, Danshari is so much more than just decluttering. It's a seriously powerful tool to cut your costs, quiet the mental noise, and take back your time. So, my question for you is this. What is the very first thing, physical, temporal, or financial, that you are going to Danshari after watching this? Drop your commitment in the comments below. Let's get this done together.